What up, Bears fans? Little sour taste in our mouths today, man. Bears fall 19-16 to the Detroit Lions in a game that you could have sat your starters. Had a little bit to play for seeding wise, but nothing crazy, man. Still wanted to come out and get that dub for Ben. Didn't want to get swept by the Lions this year, but it is what it is, man. Got a lot of things I want to cover, especially play call wise, especially defense wise, man. Some very alarming concerns that I have backing into the playoffs on a 2-game losing streak. Phone lines are open, man. 872-222-7010. Hit me up if you want to talk some Bears. Looks like we're going to have the 2 seed. And I got T-Red saying we should have benched the starters. I mean, yeah, you could have. Like I said, you could have went either way, man. Looks like we got out of this game unscathed for the most part. But, man, do we have some things to talk about. Comment section is live. Phone lines, of course, are open, 872-222-7010. What are your concerns as the Bears back into the playoffs, dropping this game to the Lions 19-16? Hey, much better showing than week 2, I'll tell you that. Well, I'll start with my concerns. First of all, the entire defense and the scheme as of late. Dennis Allen really doesn't have the personnel to play his base defense the way he sees fit. And I get it. But this alarming inability to generate a pass rush, play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage from the front four, and Detroit just flat out gave you the game plan. Really, the last 2 weeks. The Bears can't cover drag routes, crossing routes. I remember the slant used to be the Bears' Achilles heel back in the day. But now it's the drag routes, man. Drag routes, deep crosses. Bears are struggling mightily with that. And I want to get you guys' opinion. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you what I know and what the film shows, but I want to get you guys' opinions, man. Why are we struggling so much in coverage? And what could we do to generate a pass rush? Spend a lot of money on that D-line. Excuse me, a little under the weather. Y'all take care of yourselves too, man. This flu going around. What's good, Bari? Phone lines open, man, if y'all want to holler. But the way the Lions were committed to attacking the middle of the field, you're leaving C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the island against very shifty slot receivers, speedsters, good route runners, going to get exposed. Got to leave your linebackers in coverage. Yeah, he was close, man. However, Caleb didn't get the 4,000-yard season. Came up, I think, 58 yards short. But he did set the all-time Bears single-season passing yards record. Passing Eric Kramer today. Matter of fact, let me get that number for you. 1 sec.
Jabari.
Call from
Ja.
Ja, what's good, man? You live on the air, man. Where you at? Yo. All right, hey, Jabari, try that call again, man. Yeah, trying to get my man Elements MC to check in with some of his thoughts. But the linebackers are being put between a rock and a hard place. And you leaving guys on the island to cover these slot receivers that are way too shifty. And this has exposed the glaring hole in the Bears secondary and in the overall scheme. We desperately in the offseason, I don't know. even though we made the playoffs and everything, I don't know why, but I'm looking forward to the offseason because you got a hell of a roster, but I see where we could fix some of the holes in it. And to be a true contender, you got to be able to get a pass rush. Show me one team that's in the playoffs that's considered a contender without the ability to play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Can't really find them. And the ones that are there on the fraud list, and that includes the Bears. Can't have that kind of defensive shoulder down the stretch. And put that kind of bad film on tape backing into the playoffs in typical Bears fashion. But the future is bright, man. I want to be so cynical. But Jabari, man, try that call again, man. Matter of fact, I'll reach out to you.
Your call has been forwarded.
Well, so much for that. So much for that. Jabari, man, try your call again in a minute, man, when you get some time. But let's take a couple more comments, man. Chat, what we talking about? There we go.
Jabari.
Call from.
It's Ja.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yo, Ja, what up, man? You live? What is the word, man? Yeah, man, I want to get some of your thoughts, man. Backing into the playoffs, man, putting a lot of crazy stuff on tape right now for opposing for opposing offenses to attack.
Yeah, you know what, man? I really don't know. I don't know if there's much that you can do at this point because honestly, I feel like it is a personnel thing. It's a matchup thing. CJ going up against St. Brown is not ideal. I mean, and it's hard to go up against the Lions wide receivers in general. You know what I'm saying? Because they like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. The same problem that we had with the Bengals earlier in the season. It was hard to contain Chase and Higgins. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say, and what I noticed like in that first quarter, that first half, there were times where I understand that the Bears was trying to blitz and put pressure, you know what I'm saying, to the Lions, but we're not the Vikings. We don't have that personnel, you know what I'm saying, to like really get to the quarterback like that.
No,
we don't have it on the front end. We don't have it on the back end.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like, from what I noticed, man, like you said, the drag routes, the crossing routes, and then the play action, you know, across the middle, it's like, it's killing us, man. It's like, man, what are y'all? There were certain plays where I was like, I saw that happen. I saw it happening before it happened. It's like, why y'all trying to blitz everybody in the middle and leave one-on-one matchup with Deshaun Wright, you know, respecting him for like the impact that he had, but there's a reason why he's being attacked a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not the best man coverage defender.
Yeah, he's really he's really not a scheme fit. Despite all of the big plays he's made this year, he's truly not a scheme fit. And I got a comment.
Exactly.
Here. 2 comments I want to highlight. Yeah, we need to spend all our draft picks on defense next year, and definitely need a game record on defense. But definitely. It's just with the inability to get home rushing 5. You can't cover. I don't care who you line up with. There's only a few corners in the league that can cover those kind of routes. Very few. It's just a flaw. It's just a flaw in the scheme with your personnel. It's just very disappointing because you knew about these flaws all year, and they were being masked by the turnovers. And we got one today.
Exactly.
But the Bears, if we're not forcing multiple turnovers with this defense, it's just the time of possession thing that ends up killing us at the end of the day because we can't get off the field. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Exactly. You know what? And that's the thing. Like, so the Lions pretty much had the ball. Like, you know, the first two drives, I think they were averaging like 8 minutes a drive. You know, the defense. There's no continuity. There's no rhythm. You got, you know, what I'm saying, the defense doesn't get off the field, then the offense doesn't get any momentum going, and of course that's why you got 0 points at halftime. You know, there's no momentum on either side of the ball. And in the play calling, it's like, okay, look, third down, you got to get off the field. You know what I'm saying? On offense, third down, you got to complete the pass. And I don't know about you, but there are times where whenever I see Caleb, you know, like get back in the pocket and then he rolls out to his right, it's like I get real nervous because I already know what's going to happen. It's like he's not going to. He'll get lucky to find a receiver downfield, but most of the time when you see that happen, he's just trying to throw the ball away. So it's almost like at a certain point, the predictability on both sides it's like, man, like you said, what the opponent can see on tape, they already gonna know what to do. They're already gonna know how to attack you because they see it. And this is the third time we're gonna see the Packers this year. You know what I'm saying? Now on the flip side, the Packers aren't really that great. To be honest, you know what I'm saying?
They're extremely banged up. So did we get a final on that Eagles Commanders game?
The Eagles lost 24-17.
Okay, so we get the number 2 seed like regardless. So we get the Packers coming into Soldier Field. The good thing about that is we match up much better against the Packers than we do the Lions. Because they don't have the dynamic playmakers at receiver. We had no answers for
exactly.
St. Brown and Jameson Williams today. They're just too fast and too shifty and too good of route runners.
Yep. And to your point of like what we're gonna do in the off season, like it really, man, I had watched this whole breakdown on YouTube where it's like basically, yes, the Bears are going to have to draft all defense next year. Don't even trade for no big name. Don't go big game hunting. You know what I'm saying? You want to use all your picks and also like for a player like Nahshon Wright, a player like who was it? I think CJ Gardner-Johnson. It was like a handful of players where if you let them go, you'll get the comp picks for them. So like that's the same way the 49ers came up because they had like 100%. Between 2 drafts, they had like 7, 8 comp picks, and that's how they got all the players on defense. So I say, man, look, there's nothing much you can really do now. It's really just about the matchup. You know what I'm saying? If we take care of business next week against the Packers, then we're at least guaranteed another home wild card game or first round game. Divisional game. You know, that can either be against pretty much, I think it's either going to be against the winner of the Eagles and 49ers game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%. Anybody could be
beat. So it's like, man, look,
beat, bro. And especially in the NFC, anybody could be beat. Every team is
it's a week to week thing. It's a week to week thing. Like last week, Caleb in offense was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like so, but this week, you know, it came along towards the end. The defense is just we gotta for one week we gotta get healthier, and we gotta just make some moves in the secondary where, you know, it's like we just got to capitalize on that end, and we got to capitalize on the defensive line. You know, replace Billings got to go. As big as he is, like he's not helping right now. He got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like one of the main missing cogs this year, and I think he could have helped a lot, is Shamar Turner, who's out with an ACL.
Yeah.
He was just hitting his stride.
Yep.
And right when he was hitting his stride, he got injured. But and
the hope is not to cut you off, but the hope is what's the guy named Terrell Smith. Hopefully he comes back fully healthy because he was going to be the other starting, you know what I'm saying, cornerback.
Yeah,
with him and Jalen Johnson, like.
Yeah, I think he was looking good enough to be your starting outside corner. So it's just unfortunate, man. Injuries are a part of the game. But we have to manage this cap excuse me, and manage this roster much better than in years past where we're handing out contracts to guys that we should be replacing in the draft. Like, you got to really
Exactly.
you got to have that hard talk with yourself in the mirror. Like, hey, we may need to move on from Jaquan Brisker. We may need to find a way to trade Montez
doubt.
Sweat. You got to draft, and develop. You got to go get these scheme fits.
Yeah, and look, based on what I've been seeing, look, let Brisker walk. You'll get a comp pick for him. Move Tyreek Stevenson to strong safety. He might do better there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, like test it out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sweat, you know, it's really a toss up with him, but like it really depends on what he's going to demand in return for trading him, because you can get away with keeping him.
You wouldn't get much more than like a mid-round pick for Sweat. So the thing about it is, you're paying him like a premier pass rusher, and his impact is mid at best. Like, he gets sacks, but he's not a game record. And the main thing I find myself wanting more from Sweat is he came over as a premier edge-setting run defender. And we just get gashed in the run game so often. I'm like, man, where's that guy that came over? Yeah, we know he's not going to get explosive sack numbers, but he's solid against the run. We haven't seen that. Austin Booker is developing.
Yeah, we haven't.
But you just see the limitations right now. You know, still kind of a smallish frame. He's put on more weight, especially in Dennis Allen's scheme. He's got to get better against the run. And our interior line needs an overhaul. Like, it was a guy on the other side of the ball today. DJ Reader could have used that.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I say replace Billings and what's the guy from the Chargers, last name Tart. Like, you just need to get somebody that's that when it comes to that run percentage, when it comes to, like, you know, the ability to stop the run, you need to go after guys that are like top 1 to 3. Billings is not in the top anymore. You need to basically pay attention to those players who are at the top of their position and doing certain situations where we are struggling at, where we're lacking at. That's the main thing. So we need to get like somebody that can come in and replace him, and we need to draft. You know, like, and there's plenty of like defensive tackles and edges and linebackers.
Yeah, great
in the league.
Great year in the draft for defensive linemen, especially at the edge position. So you got to go for it, man.
Yeah,
I like to see them address edge, interior line, linebacker, safety, corner. Like, let's do it. Let's go for it.
Yep, let's do it. I mean, we got a pick in every round except for the 6th. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we get those comp picks. Let those players go that don't really. They're not really game changers on your roster.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let them go and get them comp picks for them.
Yeah, like and
we'll be good.
I'm bringing back a guy like Kevin Byard, and you could get him next to a rookie, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We need it.
Yep.
A little more athletic and more dynamic playmaker, strong safety. And don't get me wrong, man. If you're able to bring back Brisker on a team-friendly deal, or you let him go test the market and it doesn't come back what he thought, and you get him on a good deal, I'm fine with it. He's not really a major problem, but
he's not a major, but he can't cover. That's the only thing about Brisker. Like he's a box specialist. He's not a cover specialist at all. Like he's not going to be able to cover, especially like anybody like 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to be able to do it. You know, in that scheme, like, that's why I say maybe move Tyreek Stevenson over to strong safety, because at least he has, slightly better, you know.
Yeah, he's got good coverage.
Open field coverage, but
good coverage skills and a willing tackler for sure. And he's still on his rookie deal, so You move him over, and it doesn't cost you
Yep.
anything. But we
Yep.
gotta have a long.
That's
So Kyler Gordon's getting ready to come off of the PUP list, 21-day IR. He owes, bro. He's in debt to the Bears fans, to Bears Nation, Bear Down Nation. This guy got paid. He's been nowhere to be found. I'm willing to give Jalen Johnson more of a pass than Kyler Gordon because, like, dude, you've been AWOL the whole year.
Yeah. Not just the whole year. He's been AWOL for a few years.
Yeah, this dude has yet to play a complete season, man. So, and it's kind of messed up because it's like I would have rather given Brisker his contract, if we're being honest. But just I'm not afraid to lose those type of guys. That's the main point I want to make. There's nobody really on the defensive side of the ball for the Bears that I'd be upset if they walked. I can't think of one guy. Think of one.
You know
guy.
what? I think the guys that they're not necessarily irreplaceable, but it's like they're solid. Like T.J. Edwards is solid. Austin Booker is solid. You know, Kevin Byard is solid.
Kevin Byard, because of his football IQ, his football smarts, his instincts, his range, he's the guy that you keep bringing back on these team-friendly deals. He's aging, but his production is still great. So I keep him in there because he's going to help develop the guy that's next to him. But anybody else, man, I mean, like, there's nobody that starts on the Bears defense that I'd be mad that, oh, you should have catch this cup. No. Any one of them guys could be replaced.
I mean, you know what, though? JJ, I don't know, bro. JJ, he was injured, but like I said, as long as he's been here, when he shows up, he shows out.
I mean,
it's just that I know that he's still in ramp up mode. You can kind of tell.
I think Jalen Johnson is the most untouchable guy on the defensive side of the ball. He's on a great contract in the grand scheme of things, and when he's healthy, he's great. But you could just tell he's not healthy.
Yeah.
He can't really he can't stick his foot in the ground and go the way he's accustomed to.
And you said something earlier too that I think it's not an excuse, but it is something to think about. Like you was talking about, like, flu going around. That locker room has been hit pretty hard with that flu.
That team,
you know what I'm saying? And I think that is taking a toll.
You talking about a team that's on the mend, bro. Like, I got the same thing that the Bears locker room is walking around with, and trust me, I don't know how them guys out there even playing.
Right.
No excuses, but I don't know how them guys are out there even playing with this stuff, man, because it's hard to catch your breath, bro. This strand of the flu is insane.
Yeah, so I think it's just we got to push through it, man, and just hope for the best next week. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Round 3 against the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely,
and,
man. At the end of the day, you're the number 2 seed. If you could win next week, you're guaranteed 2 home games. Guaranteed. Nobody picked that to start the season. So we knew this team had flaws and holes in the roster. Now that they're glaring, it's time to address it. And we can't be emotional about it. Some guys just got to go, and you got to replace them with draft picks.
Yeah, and I have a good feeling that they're going to let the ones that aren't like untouchable. They'll be willing to let them walk. Like I said, you can get that comp pick, even if Ian Cunningham, like he's had a few interviews last year for a GM. Let him go. You'll get a comp pick for him too. Oh. You'll get 2 for him. You get one for this year and one for next year. Let these people walk.
It's peace out to everybody, right? Because you want to have a great draft on the defensive side of the ball for this main reason. By the time you have to pay Caleb Williams, you'll already be just 2 or 3 years in developing that draft class. And they'll be the guys that are good, the guys that you strike gold on, those guys will be ready to roll and you'll be right there again competing for a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to throw a curveball
So I agree.
at the chat and to you. If the Max Crosby deal is on the table, is everything we talked about off the table? Do we take a swing at him and go after it?
You pick up the phone, but you already skeptical because okay, the Raiders got the number 1 pick, right? So
Yeah,
I think what happens is you'll say like they got the number 1 pick. So when you think about that, they're going to ask for at least 2 first rounders for Max Crosby. They're going to ask for a first rounder this year and a first rounder next year.
No, for sure.
Now, Max Crosby is not too old, but he's also not someone that's been consistently healthy his career as well. So you just don't want to end up in another Khalil Mack situation where that what I'm saying, where it's like
bingo,
man.
If
it wasn't for that,
that is the answer that I've been waiting for. Unfortunately, we're in a position where the offense is loaded, and they're going to improve. Every year, they're going to be better and better. More time in the system. You got your cornerstones. You have to draft and develop these next few years. I'm not trading for nobody. Draft and develop.
Exactly.
That is as simple as that.
No big game hunting. No big game hunting. Just stack your chips and build through the draft.
DB, what's good, brother? Yeah, if you can afford it, still, I'm saying no. I know it's tempting, Bears fans.
Because like you said, you're thinking about 2 steps ahead. Like, okay, if I bring in Crosby, all right, cool. But then what happens if I don't win it all next year? And then you're thinking about contract situation. Then you're thinking about, okay, so how did DJ Moore do next year? Is he, how much draft capital is he going to be able to, get in return? What do you do with Sweat? What do you do with, Monangai, or what do you do with Luther Bird and Rome? Like 2-3, you have to think about that whole thing, and you have to look at the blueprint. Brian Poles came from Kansas City. He knows what the Chiefs have been doing for the last 10, 12 years.
It's like what I talked about last week.
He knows what they're doing.
It's like what I talked about last week. You must have your cornerstones. Everyone else must be drafted and developed players who you may or may not pay going forward. And that's how you
can't be afraid.
That's how you do it. That's how you develop sustainable success. You have to. All of the greatest organizations. We're only paying a handful of guys. Everybody else, draft, develop, buy into our culture. You'll go get paid somewhere else. Or if you're a superstar, we'll pay you. And that's how it's got to be.
Exactly.
We got.
And you look at the Patriots, you look at the Chiefs, you look at, look at Buffalo. It's like, man,
look how many
Josh Allen is the cornerstone.
Look how many guys they let walk over the years.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs, bye-bye. Who else they let walk?
Well, I mean, he was already a Super Bowl winner, but the guy that came from
Von Miller.
His name escapes me right now.
Von Miller.
Yeah. Von Miller.
Goodbye. Like, they're willing to draft and develop guys, bro. The other receiver they had, Gabe. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. He was the guy.
I know you're talking about. I know.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
Bye-bye. Draft and develop.
Gotta go.
No, that's 100%.
Gotta go.
That's 100% how we have to do it. Long-term success. Hey, that's a good point, Zeke. Hey, cuz. So, Rome is healthy, bro. They just saving him for the playoffs. Like, you gain nothing playing Rome on Doomsday today or last week. He's healthy, bro. He's ready to go. You'll see him out there next week for sure. And we need
him. He's definitely gonna be out there.
And we need him, man, because he's your drive extender. That's the guy who Caleb looks to on third down. And it's starting to become more Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland.
Yep.
Colston Loveland is a star. One of your cornerstones going forward. And you don't have to pay him for 4 more years. That's what I'm talking about.
At all. Him and Burton.
Luther Burton, star. He's going to be a star. Don't have to pay him for 4 more years. I mean, that's on the offensive side of the ball. Your O-line is solid. Keep drafting and developing those guys. Offense is loaded. We've got to fix the defense.
Yeah, the offense, look, we good. We got to fix the defense, bro. That's it. Like I said, I would say, you know, you can keep Sweat, but I say, what's the dude now? I can't pronounce his name at all. Like, he hadn't played. I don't think he played this year. Odembago? How you pronounce his name?
You talking about O'Dingaling, bro. He's trash. He was trash when he got here. I couldn't believe like when they first signed him, I was like, okay, let me look into it. I was like, okay, he got on paper, it's not horrible. It's not a horrible contract. Then I went on the film.
Yeah.
Then I watched the film. I was like, oh, this is a horrible contract. He ain't gonna have no production. He's not even, as much as it looked like he was a scheme fit, he's just not very good. And then he goes out and tears an Achilles. Now you stuck with his contract no matter what. So I tell you what.
Well, let him go. That dead cap, you know, some of these players you can let go.
Hey, the GM Genie Ill Brown here. I'm going to grant you 3 wishes, Bears fans. Wish number 1. Any injured, overpaid, old niggas, I'm cutting them. Chop up the losses. Eat the dead cap. Get from under that shit this year. I don't care. Wish number 2. Draft another star on the defensive side of the ball in the trenches, preferably 2. Wish number 3. Do not mortgage the future. Don't mortgage the future. 2018, this could literally be a repeat of 2018 if you go out and give 2 first-round picks away for an edge rusher. You cannot do it. Draft and develop. Get some guys that's some dogs, some scheme fits, good, healthy contracts that could come in that want to try to go get paid again. Give me some of those guys. No overpaid, over the hill bums.
You can draft your Khalil Mack. You can draft your Akeem Hicks. You can draft your Eddie Goldman. You can draft these people.
You did it before.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you got to do it again.
You can do it again.
Except this time.
Because like I said, on defense.
Except this time.
On defense, there's only 2 cornerstones, in my opinion, right now on defense. That's Jalen Johnson and Austin Booker.
Nope. I'm going 0 in the possible. I'm going 0 in the possible.
Okay.
Healthy Jalen Johnson. Is he a top 5 corner in the league?
I think he is based on the, like you said before, it's the scheme. If he like man coverage, he's fine. Man coverage is fine. Now, I did see a couple plays early today, where I was like, I don't know what type of play call that was, but it was like he had his back turned to the quarterback for like a half a second, and it was a zone. I think it was a cover 2 zone, and I saw him. I was like, why are you in zone coverage? So I feel like he's not a good zone defender. He's more so man you know, not even bump and run, but he's more like man, like, you know, boundary type of cornerback. He is not a zone coverage cornerback.
No, for sure, for sure.
But if that's the scheme, you're gonna run, then like I said, I feel like he's still good enough where you keep him around. You just paid him last year.
Well,
he's fine.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Some of these guys, you have no choice but to ride it out. His contract hit, his cap hit, his production, plus the bargain you got him back on, but it's still a healthy size of a cap hit, right? You just can't unload a guy like that. But here's the guys I'm willing to move away from right here, right now, draft their replacements, sign some scrappy free agents that's going to come in and compete and give you the same type of production, way less money. Grady Jarrett must go.
Gotta go.
Disappears. Jaquan Brisker.
He can go.
At this point, Montez Sweat. However,
you can go for the right price.
However, that's going to be a little more tricky to get rid of him because that's another one of those huge cap hits. So you don't get from under his contract until 2 years from now, which is fine. So not this year, the next year. So you keep Sweat and you got to pair him with somebody. Here are more guys that I would like to see going. Odingbo. It's been real. Tremaine Edmonds. It's been real.
Yeah, you can find his replacement.
In a year from now.
But if he can come back on a friendly deal, because the thing is, when he hits the market, he might not get much more money than he's getting right now. So, but if he can come back on a friendly deal, I won't mind keeping.
He's getting overpaid right now, though. That's the problem. He's being overpaid right now. This is the first year he really has. So he's really had some decent production, but then he got hurt. I feel like perfect example, right? Dennis Allen, we're gonna be running his scheme for the foreseeable future. The Saints are gonna be willing to unload Demario Davis. Go sign him for the low, and boom. All of that dumb shit that's happening in the middle of the field goes away magically. I wonder why. Because you got an all-pro in that motherfucking lineup. For the low. That's how we do it.
And if you can get him like we got T.J. Edwards, I'm all for it.
He gonna be there. Because the Saints ain't gonna want to pay Demario Davis. They rebuilding. You go get some of these vets that know how to read what the offense is doing. Okay, hey, these guys keep running drag routes. I'm going to sit over the middle and punish me a motherfucker. We ain't got the linebackers that even have the instincts to really peel off of coverage and come down there and make that play. So we got to go find those guys. And at the linebacker spot, oh, yeah, give me a Grizzly veteran. Give me one of them Grizzly veterans, man. Like how the Commanders say, hey, come on, Bobby Wagner. Because even though you're not 28, 27-year-old Bobby Wagner, your smart's going to still have you in position to make plays. So those are the way, that's how, like, perfect example, right? When the Bears signed Kevin Byard for the low, beautiful. Beautiful. He's giving you all pro level production for the low. And guess what? At his age, nobody's going to want to pay him. So you could just keep retaining him. Here's $7 million. Here's $8 million. Here's $9 million. Come on back. Anchor the back four. Anchor the secondary. Let's do it. But we set ourselves back when Kyler Gordon got all this guaranteed money. What has he played? 4 games this year?
I don't know, but you know what though? He owes it. So
he is
the thing
debt.
Is he in debt. So he's not going. The thing is he's not going nowhere in this offseason because you owe me a favor.
Oh no, well, Kyler Gordon is another one of those contracts where the cap you gonna let
But
him
I'm not afraid to draft.
you gonna pay him $13 million to walk. You can't. But we got to figure out a way for that guy to be on the field, because in nickel situations, a lot of those completions don't happen if he's out there and he's healthy. So guys got to stay healthy, earn them contracts, draft and develop, man. I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record, but draft and develop. But in the meantime, man, let's hand out some grades and get up out of here, because this Steelers Ravens game is gonna be legit, win or go home for both of those teams. So I'm excited to see that. We'll start with the offense, Ja. I'm gonna say offense gets a C+, man. Took too long to get going.
Yeah.
And we never really established the run today. And I think Ben Johnson's play calling was a little erratic. Not really worried about it.
I agree.
His play calling was a little erratic, man. Gotta get that run solidified, man. Easier said than done, but got a top flight run game, man. We got to get it going. Think we were missing Trapillo a little bit today, but got to get the run game going. Defense. I was gonna go.
Yeah, that's.
I was gonna go D minus.
D minus.
I'll go D plus, because they did force a turnover and gave you a chance to potentially go down and, put some points on the board to take the lead, but gave up way too many yards, way too many big plays. Didn't make enough splash plays. Yeah, D plus, and wouldn't be mad if you gave him a D minus. Special teams, incomplete. Wasn't really nothing going on there. So, backing into the playoffs. However, you're the 2 seed. It's time to go take care of business. It's looking like Green Bay. So, it's time to buckle them chin straps and them shoulder pads, because it's going to be a slugfest next week. I'm going to be extra turned up. I absolutely hate the Packers. So to send them boys home would damn near be like a Super Bowl for me, if you could send them home, knock them out the playoffs. Because we're ahead of schedule.
Exactly.
We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be 7-8 wins. Was people would have been happy with that this year.
Right.
So
we defeated all expectations. So
you already know, man. Ja, appreciate the call, man. We about to get up out of here. I'm gonna
no
wrap
doubt.
the show up. And
No
bear
doubt,
down,
bro.
brother. Bear down.
Right there, right now.
All right. So there we have it, man. Another episode of Bear Down Weekly, fellas, ladies and gents. Bears drop a tough one at Soldier Field, man. 1916 to old, not so friendly flow. Bears get swept by the Lions. Salty way to back into the playoffs and end the season. But we weren't supposed to be here, man. We're ahead of schedule. Whole lot of good things brewing in the blue and orange, man. So let's get ready for the playoffs, man. We got playoff football. Let's turn up. Let's support our boys. Let's get this win at Soldier Field. Bear Downs in the chat. I will see y'all next week after a Bears playoff win. Let's get it done. Watch the film. Let's get better. 100%. We going out right there, DB. Put up a shut-up time, baby. And all you know, we going to be ready. So you get them Bear Downs in the chat, like so. You see what it is. Playoffs, man. Now or never, do or die. Let's get to it. I'll see y'all next week, man. My name is Il Brown, your host. And that's another episode of Bear Down Weekly. Let's get it. Playoffs. Playoffs?